Here we are, back at Fernley's. See, I'm a smart cookie. I put the plug back in where it belongs. Ready for today. So these are our new electrical pins. So what we're going to have to do is obviously we're going to have to fit these to each one of the wire, and then they just push in. They push in the back of the plug and they lock in place. So obviously you can see the pins there. Once you push them in, they lock in. They need a special tool to remove them. Obviously went to the auto electrics place while we were here, and they didn't have the tool. They've got the same tool I've got, and it's a special tool for this, which is annoying. So we're gonna rewire this plug. I did actually take a couple of photos of it as well. So it goes that way around.
And if we shoot out for half hour,
Yeah.
Do you need to go indoors for anything?
No, mate. No, I'm going to be busy here for half hour anyway. So we just want to sit the wire inside there and give this a squash. So as you can see, all we're doing is we're just clamping the little tabs down on the wire. I hope they're off to get breakfast because I'm hungry. You have to go get breakfast?
Yes, mate.
Yeah, we get some.
Do you want? Sandwich?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. It'll be about an hour. Did Lee say that?
So about half an hour?
Did he?
Yeah.
Better sit and eat.
Oh yeah, oh fuck's sake.
Sure.
No, I'm alright then. Oh, I'm not waiting for while you fuckers eat. Yeah. So now, the moment of truth. So it went that way around, I believe, from the photos. Yeah, that way around. Just that way, yeah. So that now is locked in position. This one to do. Yep, locked in. Lovely, jubbly. Oh, it's corrosion on all of these. And it's corrosion on that one. Not good at all. No. That one, that one. So we've got an ambient air temp of 9 degrees now, which is pretty bang on. So it's just gone up to 70 degrees now, 64, 58.5. So it's still on a mad one, this one. I'm gonna get the diagnostics on it. So that emissions warning has gone. And engine power reduced has just gone. That feels a lot better. It's picking up revs a lot faster now, and the engine management light is gone. So basically, when it first starts up, especially because it had stored faults, but it had active faults for emissions and for the ambient air temp, which were linked. So obviously once we first started it up, it's still got all the stored faults. It takes a little minute to test itself. So even once I'd ran it up for a little bit, turned the ignition off and then back on again, it still had the warnings. But now I've started it up again and it's tested itself for a second time. Everything's gone now off of here. What we need to do now then is go into it with the diagnostics, run a couple of tests, make sure everything's running correctly, and then we'll need to clear all the faults and put everything back together. Right, I'm just going to turn that off, put the ignition back on. So we're going to go into truck, we're going to go to DAF, and that is the auto select button there. So you'll notice that these have got a load of CAN communication errors as well. You'll struggle to find a DAF of this age that doesn't have CAN communication errors, to be honest. DAFs are renowned for terrible wiring. This apparently has had looms replaced. I mean, you can even see in there that it's had some repairs done by the fuse box. Apparently it's had a couple of looms replaced. I mean, we've also done a wiring loom repair on the rear for the rear lights. DPF active regeneration inhibited. So I'm just going to go onto the live data. Go check the ambient temperature. 10 degrees, which is spot on. So these just show you a really simple diagram. This is, so you've got your turbocharger, your intercooler, you've got your EGR here, and your EGR cooler there, EGR pressure sensor, that's your exhaust manifold, and that's your inlet manifold in there. Obviously you can see the flow, exhaust gas coming out of the manifold, comes down here, it recirculates when the EGR opens back into the intake, but when that's closed it mostly just comes down, turns the turbine inside the turbo, and then leaves your exhaust. And obviously the opposites, because these are connected, the inlet side of your turbo then sucks air in through the cooler, through the intercooler, which cools the air down, makes it more dense, and then into the intake. Really, we want to be looking at this one because this is the exhaust system. So that's your main parts of your exhaust, your DPF, and that's your catalyst. Here's your AdBlue pump and AdBlue injector. Right, all seems okay, but we're not getting any readings from our NOx sensors yet because it's not up to temperature. So what we're going to do is we'll raise the revs. It's about 1700. Yeah, we'll raise the revs. In fact, I'm going to put this on charge, and then we'll get putting all the body panels and bits back on that we got off. Right, so now it's up to temperature. As you can see, the coolant showing 65.3, which is fine. That's high enough. Now we've got readings from both our NOx sensors. So you've got a NOx sensor before the catalyst, which is showing 75 particles per million, and then you've got a NOx sensor after the catalyst, which is showing 50.8. So it's just checking that it's reducing the levels of NOx before and after the cat. I think I'm going to do a regen on this. Oh, I'm not going to have time. Okay, no problem. It's just so I know, to plan how to plan my day. That's all, because I was planning to set off soon. So I don't know if you heard any of that, but we had a meeting booked in at Lockwood's for 11 o'clock with the transport, or the head of transport he is. I just thought best ringing him before setting off all the way there, because I've got no work to do there, so there's no point me going all the way there for a meeting that might not happen. So obviously I've just phoned him. He says he's too busy, which is fine. I mean, I'm not the one chasing the meeting anyway. Start it up. We're gonna go settings, diesel particulate filter regeneration. Wow, just as we're about to start it. What the hell? It's got auto shut off on these. They've got auto shut off after a little while, they just turn themselves off. Right, start the test. There you go, so it's just picked up the revs now. Now this is regenning. We can start stripping that other van down now because we've got a bit of time to stay here. I'm going to start at this side because it's absolutely stinking at that other side with that exhaust regenning. Oh, we get to test out our New big gun we picked up yesterday. Look at that. Easy. Fuck me. That is not even budging at all. Right, we've got a problem. We have a problem. So last time I had anything like this happen, we ended up having to cut them off. I wonder if I can get this top one out. That one's come straight out. That bottom slider is sticking like mad. Look at that. So look how tight that is. It's supposed to be free moving these. See, there's quite a lot of corrosion and scoring on these. It's not the worst I've seen, to be honest. But that is proper stuck on there. Coming slowly. We might have freed this off now, actually. Well, we are bloody lucky that that has come out of there. Oh. Yeah, last one of these Renaults that I did rear discs and pads on, both sliders were completely seized solid. We warmed up both the top and the bottom, we braided it a load of times, it just was not coming out. Right. Oh, I think that regen's just finished. So that's really good. DPF differential pressure 4 millibar, that's lovely, that's really nice and low. So once they've finished doing the regeneration, they need a little bit of time just to cool down again. You can't just shut it off, because you imagine the turbo and the exhaust have got red hot, and I mean red hot. If you just turn it off, the turbo can seize, the exhaust can crack. Because it's going from a really high heat and then shooting straight down to really cold again. Obviously it makes the metal go brittle. So we're just going to do a complete scan again. We're going to clear all the faults and then reread it all and see what we've got left. So diesel injection, as you can see, it's gone green with the tick, which means there's no more faults there. Lovely jubbly. That is this one done. There we go. So obviously they weren't coming out straight, they needed to be twisted. There's some like build up of shit all on it. So there are two old sliders. We're going to have to clean inside here. So I'm just obviously spraying some maintenance fluid in where the sliders sit. Obviously you can see that looks, oh, I don't know if you can see, but it looks loads better in there now compared to that one. So we'll do the same on the other side, and I might even get a little file out and just give it a buff up with the file as well. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of pitting in this one, so we'll get us get a file, just give it a quick file down, make sure it's smooth as we can get it. Just gonna have a look, see where the edges are on the raised bits. We're just gonna give it a file down. Get rid of all the corrosion build up. We don't want to take off too much material because we don't want it to be too loose in there as well. So I'm literally just trying to take off the surface rust. So this is our slider kit. So it only comes as one caliper set. All the other times I've ordered them, they've come as an axle set, not a caliper set. So look, because these are spare ones that I had from another Renault. I had a spare set. Well, I've got a spare set in my van, which are the same. The caps are the same. Yeah, so they're exactly the same. I don't know why they've not come as an axle set. Right, we'll get those little rubber boots fit. I found it easy to just fold these, and then when you're putting them in, just stick your thumb in and twist, and they just sit back on that inner edge. So you've got this inner edge here which they sit on. So what I'm going to do with these bolts, because we'll struggle to get our gun in, we'll choose a spanner and we're just going to give it a tap with the hammer to loosen it off. Like that. That's loose. Yeah, that's loose. Right. Once they're loose, we can just buzz them out. Lovely. That's the caliper carrier off. Bolts there. Right, disc out. So what we do is, obviously we've got this locating screw that needs to come out, but they do seize on, so all we do is we just put our socket in, give it a couple of taps with that, push in really hard, there we go. So one disc removed, we've got our spares here, been opened. Right, I'm a bit worried that these have been opened and the bag's not on. So we're just going to match them up. And they don't look right. This locating hole here is way off. So I don't know what they've done here. They've done something wrong. That's way wrong. I just want to double check these pads as well while I'm here. As soon as they give us wrong discs, they probably give us wrong pads as well. Right, so pads match. Yeah, pads match fine. So the pads are correct, but the discs aren't. So we'll go have a chat with them. I've just been next door, just swapped them discs for the correct type. So as you can see now, that locating screw hole is banging where it's supposed to be now. So this disc a quick wipe. So you should always give brake discs a wipe because they come with a really thin coating of oil on them to stop them corroding. Right, so now what we need to do is I'm going to just fit one of the sliders in first, just this top one. Get a fresh rag. Yeah, get a fresh rag, just give this a wipe. And then we're going to give it a bit of grease. So there's enough grease in here for both the pins. We just want to give it a really light greasing. You don't need to go crazy with this. So really don't need to go crazy. There's plenty on here. So that looks perfect. What we're going to do is just drop it in. Like that. So it's just sticking on the seal. So then what we do, get our thing in and just give it a twist while we're pushing it down. Where's me? There it is. Yeah, so we're just going to give it like a twist as we're pushing down. There you go, look, boom. And that is where we want it to be. Lovely. Yeah, so that can be tightened up all the way because it's not gonna well, it's not gonna tighten it all the way up, it's still gonna be loose on the slider, so come on, there we go. Right, so now we need to get the caliper wind backed up. I think it's A that we need. So that's on and tight. Wind this caliper back. So that's the caliper wound back. So that there is perfection. We're almost done on this side. Refit that. It's handbrake cable to do. There we go. Handbrake cable's on, get this little collet back on. Spread it open, click it round, there we go. So that is this side done. So this is the one that has gone metal to metal. These little plastic caps are shit. Yeah, the plastic caps are terrible, the rubber ones are much better. me too wet, am I? Oh, I've really banged my thumb there now. Oh, shit. Ow, ow, ow. I think I've fucking cut it again. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus. I reckon this one's going to be the same. Great. Oh, right in the face. Ow. What is it? This one will come straight out. The other side won't. I can't tell if the actual slider's turning or not. Yeah, so the slider's turning, which means it's seized inside the caliper. So we're gonna have to break it off. So this is the one that they've reported the brakes scraping, as you can see, 100% worn. So what happens is your sliders inside your caliper seize, and then it wears one side quicker than the other. As you can see, you've got one that's got loads left and one that's down to metal. So you can see the difference. All caused from these sliders seizing. So now we're going to have to get this frigging thing off of here now. I'm pretty sure I saw a little bit of movement then. Yep, we've got some movement, which is good. We'll get a spray in it. So it's coming, it is coming. In fact, now we've shocked it off a couple of times, we might even be able to get it to start spinning. That's gonna flip in my face. Wow. Jesus. That is in there. So we're gonna have to spray the caliper off. There we go. Ah, lovely. So as you can see, the slider wasn't actually seized into the caliper holder, it was seized into the caliper itself. Obviously we've had to give it a good braking, so that's a bit bent now. That's fine. Lovely. Disc off. Nice one. Cheers, buddy. Oh, Nathan, I will actually take a cup of tea. Actually.
A cup of tea, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love one, please.
How many sugars?
Just one.
You having it out here?
Yeah, please. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. I ain't got any coffee, so I'm gonna have to settle for a cup of tea. free moving that is now. Right. We're just going to test the brakes, take it for a little spin. See, they really don't feel that great, but it's because the pads need time to bed in, especially with new discs as well. New pads, new discs. They need a little bit of time just to bed in. So that is us finished here. We've done the rewire on the DAF truck, carried out an exhaust regen. We've replaced the rear discs and pads on the Renault van and the caliper sliders on both sides. So everything's gone pretty well this morning. Oh, this bloody rain. It's like sunshine out for like the first half hour of the day and then just rain the rest of the day. Something's not right with this weather. Something is not right. Oh yeah, I knew I took the skin off it. It's been bleeding under my glove. Oh, fuck. Oh yeah. So just there. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right next to where I banged it the other day as well and took the skin off. I've took more skin off my bloody foot. The joys of being a mechanic. I've got crusty blood all around my bloody wrist as well, Jesus. You can see, but it's like, it must have been bleeding in my glove because it's all around my wrist. Oh yeah, look, it's pretty deep is that actually. You can see there, but that's pretty nasty, man. God damn it. We might have to wrap that in some electrical tape or something. Stop it getting caught on shit. So we've just got to DHL now to do the modulator valve that we've just collected from Dewsbury. It's now 2:10. It's going to take me sort of over an hour to do the valve, and then they want it servicing as well, and then we've got other jobs to do. I completely forgot that it needed a service as well as the valve. So there's probably about 3 hours work there, and obviously it's 2:10 already. So I've just phoned the customer and just asked if they can wait till first job in the morning, and they've said yes, thankfully. So we've got the valve anyway in the van, ready for tomorrow first thing. I'll just go over the transport guy's just in a truck over there, so I'm just going to go over and let him know. I'm just going to tell him that it needs something else because obviously I'm here. Just tell him it needs something else and we'll be back in the morning. I don't really want to tell him that I've come all this way and I've realised I don't have time. Because that's a bit silly. So yeah, I'm just going to run over, have a chat with him, and then we've got to get over to Maritime because there's 3 trailers though, defects, that we need to get done. So yeah, we're going to go have a chat with him and then we'll get cracking. So I've just had a chat with the transport manager guy. I don't know if you just saw him then. Just told him that a couple of the fittings are wrong. He's fine with that because the trailer's actually been stood down till Friday. So it's my fault. I should have put it in the diary so I knew that it was a service as well. I completely forgot yesterday. Obviously I get that many phone calls. I get that many phone calls during the day wanting stuff doing, wanting stuff booking in, that I've just got too much to try and remember. This is why I say to people, I need it in a message. So like either an email or a text message. So when they ring me up and ask me if they can book something in, I say yeah, send me it in a message and then I'll book it in. If they don't send me it in a message, it won't get booked in. That's simple as. I mean, I'm only one man, I'm only human. You know, I'm running a business as well. I'm dealing with all my customers, I'm dealing with part suppliers, dealing with the government. It's just like, it's just so much to try and remember and try and keep on top of. It gets a bit much sometimes. Hello. Aaron. Aaron. You're not going to ask me about Moses today, are you? Say that again.
The Lord said unto Moses, all Jews should have big noses, and Aaron the square.
That's good. I like it. So I don't know if you picked up what he said then. He's an old boy. He is. He's funny. He's a right old boy. He said, God said unto Moses, all Jews should have big noses, and Aaron should have a square one. Oh, he cracks me up. Every time I come in and I tell him my name's Aaron, he's like, oh, how's Moses? I've never heard the connection to that ever. No one's ever said that, anything like that to me before. Here we are on the first Maritime. Here we are on the first Maritime Skelly trailer. They've reported an issue with one of the air tanks. I reckon that could be it there. I don't know if you can see. It looks like it's split on the weld. These are in a really good position, these, I love it. So these should be nice and easy to just straight swap. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll get some air on it because I can't hear anything. Obviously I can't hear anything because if it's cracked it won't have any air in it, but I can't see anything super obvious because those welds might be alright, but I reckon it's this one. I reckon the welds have gone on the brackets, so we'll get some air on it and we'll see what we find. So I'm pretty sure what you can hear at the minute is just the air building up in the air tanks because there was absolutely no air in it at all. There, you can see that there's air leaking just from the bracket there. So yeah, it's this air tank. Shut the other one while I'm here. Oh, they're both leaking. Yep, they're both leaking. Right, so it needs 2 air tanks. Okie dokie karaoke. should be able to just let that drop. There we go. Shit. Right, so now we've got these two air tanks off. We'll quickly nip round to our parts supplier. In fact, before we do shoot round for parts, I want to go check the air on the other trailer because we might need a brake chamber. So we've got our air connected, it's fully built up. Well, I don't know if the trailer is, but our air is. We're just going round now slowly, just listening for any air leaks, anything obvious. So I can't hear anything obvious, so we're just going to release the brakes. Right, so we can hear a brake chamber leaking. Yeah. This one. So offside rear brake chamber. Right, we're back at Maritime. We've been and collected a couple of new air tanks. I quickly ran home and got some more brake chambers as well because we'd run out of brake chambers in the van. So now all we're going to do is lay them side by side and match them up. Yep, that's tight. Righty, this one can go on. Ooh, shit, almost dropped it. Hand don't fit. What we'll do is we'll get one bolt, one nut and bolt on, then at least I can let go of this bloody thing. Right. So we've got that one in. This one in. So it keeps me fit doing this job. All this heavy lifting. Well, so I reckon we're just on this one, we're just going to do the top ones first. Climb up. Out of my hands, getting caught on something. Come on. See what, I've got a bit of a sweat on doing this. That's that one. Now let's do this bottom one. That's that one. That is the air tanks fit. Nice shiny new air tanks. Now, before we start putting anything away, other than these air tanks, what we're going to do is get our air back on and get it building up in case we've got any issues, because sometimes I've had it before where I've fit the air tank, fit it all, got it all nice and done, put the air on, and then it's had a crack down one of these welds, which obviously is not good. So what I'll do is I'll get writing the job card up while the air's building. So I don't want to put my tools away yet, just in case I need them. We're almost at 7 bar. More than enough enough pressure in it to have a listen. Can't hear any leaks. We'll go have a quick listen at the other side. No, sounds good. So, we'll get everything away and we'll go do a brake chamber next. Right, let's do this. Right, that's that one. Move that out of the way a little bit, can I? No. Not yet, it's out of my fingers now yet. There we go. So they are our air pipes. I like to undo one halfway and then undo the other one, because if you do one all the way out, obviously this has got a lot of pressure pushing against this, so if I took this one all the way off, it'd kink over to one side and sometimes they get jammed. So that's pretty much, in fact we'll just whip that out. There we go. This one could come all the way off. Lovely. So as you can see there, it bounced back quite a fair amount because obviously there's quite a lot of pressure and there's a big spring in here pushing against it. It's actually been painted, this. I don't like it when they paint over these things because they just seize. Oh, I've left my hammer. Well, that's silly. And we're in. Yeah, I don't think this pin is going to come out of here. They seize, they're really common for seizing. I can't even bloody swing for that side, so I'm just going to cut this off, I think. Just to save pissing about. I think we've got a dud battery. I don't know why I've got that tiny battery on a bloody angle grinder. There we go. Lovely, right. So that's that bit off. Well, not off, but cut. So I wonder if we can just get down and do this pin now. Yeah, we should be able to. Right, there you go. So we've had to cut this off, just the end of the yoke, because the pin's seizing these. You're supposed to give them a spray when you do the service. You're supposed to give them a spray with a bit of grease, but nobody does. Right, so we need that with us. We need that. I'm not going to need, so all I'm going to need now under here is them. Take these all with me. Yeah, I'm not going to need all else. Right, what I like to do, I like to get the yoke and the clevis pin fit to the slack adjuster before doing these nuts. Then I put the air pipes on and I release the brakes. And doing that releases this shaft back. So as soon as I release the brakes, this will retract and it'll be much easier. So what we do, just lay that into position, hold that there for a second. Actually, it's better if I had this pin in my hand. So we'll just hold this into position, about there, get the pin in the correct way, boom, little washer on the end, and then our split pin, finger strength, lovely, right, that is spot on. So now we're going to do the air pipes. Get out of my way. Yeah, we'll do these air pipes and then we're going to release the brakes. So as you can see, brakes are released now, so it's much easier to fasten these nuts on. And we would have been releasing the brakes anyway to test them, so why not? One brake chamber replaced. As easy as that. Cheers, buddy. Well, it's been a bit full on actually. Cheers, buddy. Catch you later. Right, well, 2 air tanks and a brake chamber. Not too bad. We got them done in a decent amount of time. That brake chamber, yeah, about half hour, 35 minutes. It's gonna be fun now. Oh, bloody banged it again. It's like I've done it 4 times today. I'm not gonna have any skin left on this frigging thing. Yeah. Righty, I'm gonna get off. So, oh yeah, before I go, I'll show you this. So you can see there that obviously where I've been wearing my gloves, it's ripped the skin off, and then it's quite deep in there, that one. That's the one I did the other day. Done that again today. Not good. Same hand, it bloody well hurts now. That's another day done. Thanks for sticking with me, watching me run my business, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow for another day on the tools.